Brian, tell us about the offensive tackle from Iowa. I'm interested to know what you say about this guy. Gennings Dunker, offensive tackle, Iowa.
Yeah, Gennings Dunker from Iowa. This is a starting right tackle for the Hawkeyes. 6'5", 315 are the measurables we're working with right now. I think he plays, I see him play with a great deal of his snaps with his hand on the ground. A lot of these college tackles nowadays, they all play two-point stance is what they do. So this is a big, thick body guy. I think he's got limited moving skills. I don't think the movement with him is really great. There might be some considerations. Usually if you're kind of a guy that doesn't have that kind of athletic ability, they'll put you inside at guard. But nowadays, you got to be somewhat athletic to play at guard.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just say, oh, slow-footed guy, stick him inside and hope for the best. But there's a lot of power in the way that this guy plays with the punch to get movement. I mean, he likes to try and bully the defender instead of coming off the ball as an athlete. I mean, he's tries to beat you up. I thought he was a little bit of a step late in the way he engaged with his man. I thought he was a little bit rigid. I thought he was a little lumbering in the way he moves. I didn't see him on the ground. You know me, I hate players that are on the ground. But his base gets a little wide, and that keeps him from having a lot of, I think, the movement skills. I think with such a wide base, he's not able to adjust as he's going along. He's got that, with a little bit narrow base, he's able to maybe plant, go, move, and do those things. But I see with the wide base, there's snaps also too where he loses contact with his man due to the lack of footwork and I think the lack of quickness. The more his man moves, I think the bigger issue he has to deal with it. He doesn't appear to be bendy or a flexible player. He has played guard in his Iowa career. I felt like he was a much better run blocker than pass blocker at this point in his development. Respect the way he tries to finish blocks, but he's kind of, Iowa has a great history of putting linemen into the league. But this guy right here, I think the lack of athletic ability bothers me at the tackle spot.
Yeah, Brian, you ain't wrong. Big, strong, nasty, whoops feet as a run blocker. They asked him to pull a bunch.
Why?
I don't know why they be asking him to pull, but he does his job. You pull, he go hit somebody, but they ask him to do it a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Like, man, why is he pulling so much? Anyway, limited range and length as a pass blocker.
There you go.
And I think that's
well said.
I think that's what's going to get him. He just doesn't have the range to get to some of these spots, to get to some of these landmarks, especially when like the edge that he plays against is one of those types of guys.
Right.
Luckily for him, playing in Iowa, he hadn't played a whole bunch of bursty like dudes like that. But man, when you get to the league and they all got that in them, you got to be able to have a little bit of range. I don't think he got that range, Brian. And sometimes when you don't have range, but you have length, it kind of works out in your favor. We're going to talk about Caden Proctor at some point. Proctor ain't got a whole bunch of range.
Not a lot.
But he got length.
Yes.
So that kind of saves him a little bit.
Yeah.
Dunker has neither. So the last line on my notes on Dunker is, if it all goes bad, put him at guard.
See, but we're in a time. I think one of the reasons, and correct me if I'm wrong, one of the reasons why you liked Booker so much is because of the things you talked about. There's the length, there is the power. I kind of feel like that maybe if you had to play Booker at tackle in an emergency, I think he'd be okay.
Sure.
I think he would be okay. So, yeah, but immediately talk about kicking these guys inside. You have to be, nowadays, you have to be an athlete to play inside a little bit.
This thing about Booker ain't fast.
Yeah.
But he has some lateral quickness.
Right.
So how Booker would deal with being on the edge is he'll pass block like he's run blocking.
Right.
Like he won't get to his landmark. He'll just turn and
ram it, yeah.
Big Tyler does that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what he was doing in the last 2-3 games he was playing.
And he has incredible feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just imagine Jennings Dunker, who doesn't have the feet
of,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it'll definitely be an issue for him. I think more than likely he'll be. I got him at tackle.
Yeah, I do too.
He played most of his reps at tackle. Yeah. He did just fine at tackle.
Yeah.
But if it all goes wrong, I'm gonna have that in a lot of reports, Brian. Yeah. If it all goes wrong, put him at guard, man.
I have him in the 3rd round myself.
In threes? Cool.
Yeah.
I got a 2 on him. I got him after Proctor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep watching guys. I'm gonna keep, and he might end up down in 3. But he's a Senior Bowl guy.
He is a Senior Bowl guy.
So we get
to see him firsthand.
They might even line him up at guard, son, Brian.
There you go.